Hey everyone, it's Strange Michael. I hope you're doing well today. As you can tell, I have a little bit of a kind of a dry rumble in my voice. Now, I went on vacation for about a week. That's why you didn't see any content from me, but I'm back after a week of North Carolina Outer Banks Beach. Holy shit, it was fun. My wife and I went. We met up with some family out there, and it was pretty rad. It's kind of an island. It's not really like just like a beach. It's an island, so it's so much of a beach around that basically everybody just kind of spreads out. It's not like Myrtle Beach in South Carolina where people are right up on top of you all of the time. Anyway, before I went to the beach, I watched a few things that I wanted to do reviews for, and I just couldn't do it. But while I was at the beach, I watched a few things. Leading up to the beach, I watched a few things as well. Coming back last night, I watched a couple of things. Yesterday was a rest day, though, so I got to just kind of consume media. But anyway, so I kind of caught a cold from my niece, and it is really messing with me. I was really sick over the last couple of days. Today, I'm okay. My voice is better. But I'm going to try to review a couple of things and put up those videos. This is actually something I watched before I went on vacation, so roughly 2 weeks ago. If I'm a little hazy on some of the details, mind you, it's my sick brain, and it also happens to be me coming back after so long to review this. This is a 1976 film, and first and foremost, I'm not a big fan of 1970s movies. If many of you know me, if you happen to know whether I'm a fan of horror or from my other channels where I review other things that are, just 70s movies or whatever. Never been a big fan of the 70s. I think horror was not the best for the 70s. Action was not the best for 70s either. But you had some hits and home runs here and there, like Halloween. The Shining is like 1980, but it feels like the 70s, You had some home runs here and there. But this particular movie, I think, for the most part, is pretty cool. I enjoyed it for the most part. It just kind of falls flat by the ending of it, which kind of ruins the rest of the film's build-up. This movie feels like it should have had a sequel. It's an hour and a half long. It's called Creature from Black Lake. Now, the cover you're seeing for my video, this thumbnail, video picture, whatever, that's the thing that made me want to see this movie. It wasn't so much the write-up, except for when I realized I hadn't really reviewed many Bigfoot movies for this channel. Decided to go ahead and try to watch it. An hour and a half, not too shabby. And I gotta tell you, I didn't hate this. Like I said, it has some flaws, some big flaws, that by the end of the movie it kind of ruins it for itself. But basically we follow a couple of guys who are doing some exploration in Louisiana after they hear about some fishermen getting killed. And they're kind of like doing a project, science type of thing. One is named Pahu, the other one is named Reeves, and I really love both of these actors. They are so good for their roles. They're really fun. There's a lot of humor in the film based on these two and their bantering and their bickering. For example, one of them grew up on a farm. I think Pahu was the one that grew up on a farm, and his family lived, ate, sleep, drank everything, chicken, and he hates it so much. All he talks about in the film are burgers and fries and how he likes burgers so much. He hates chicken. There's some great moments playing up on that. The character stuff in this film for Reeves and Pahu are great. I really love both of these guys, and again, their performances for both of them are really, really good. But this is a Bigfoot movie. We're here to see Bigfoot. We have a costume for Bigfoot. It's mostly kind of left in the background and in the dark, that kind of thing. You don't really get to see it in the forefront too much until the end of the movie. But I think it's not really the worst thing ever for the 1970s. It could have looked way worse. It could have looked the Creature from the Haunted Sea. You know what I mean? Like, it could have been that bad. That didn't happen with this. It's actually very solid for a 1976 movie. But the action, the drama, the tension, that's not really built up that well. However, I will give it credit for the sound design. The sound design with the Bigfoot scream, howl, whatever you want to call it, was really good. I liked it a lot, as a matter of fact. I think it was actually kind of eerie some moments where you'd have a jump scare involving that. But outside of that, it's mostly Pahu and Reeves going around towns in Louisiana, interviewing people, trying to talk to them, get on their better side, to find out about this creature that a lot of the locals consider to be the Bigfoot. Everyone seems too scared to talk about this thing, so Pahu and Reeves are finding a lot of intrigue in that. They think they're probably on a really good path to finding out whatever could be out there, whether it be another creature or Bigfoot, whatever it may be. And eventually they get caught up fighting Bigfoot. However, let me put it like this. The climax of the film, to me, wasn't that engaging. It really wasn't. I feel like it kind of falls flat. I feel like the lead up to the ending of the movie really falls flat. And again, if you were into the film like I was most of the time, when you get to the ending, it's so lackluster that it just kind of ruined the experience. It kind of made me feel like I had wasted my time because so much of the film was so lackluster. And the ending being like that just... it deflated everything that I was hoping for. I hoped for a really cool showdown. And just out of nowhere, we're having a really good bonding moment between the two characters, Reeves and Pahu, at the end of the movie. And then the credits just start rolling. And I was like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Really? Really? But that's what happened. So it was kind of a letdown to me. If you happen to be a big Bigfoot movie fan, I would recommend Creature from Black Lake. But if you're not, it's probably not going to win you over unless you like character stuff. But even at that point, the movie falls so much apart that it's like, really? Was this worth watching? Probably not. But for a 1976 film, again, not being a fan of the 70s that much, I really dug most of this. I thought it was very well shot for what it was, for the kind of budget they had once upon a time for this movie. And I think it succeeded at what it tried to do. I just wish we either had another 30 minutes of them going back to do what they needed to do, or whatever we needed them to do to make this film more climactic at the end. The anti-climax really killed this, and I feel like if it had a sequel, it could almost make things right, but it doesn't need a full-fledged hour-and-a-half long sequel. It just doesn't need that. So the whole thing to me, it's kind of a shame. It's kind of a shame at the end of the day. Anyway, with all that being said, have you seen Creature from Black Lake? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you think it's one of the best Bigfoot movies ever? I'll be honest with you, I've seen things like Exists and Willow Creek. Willow Creek is probably my favorite if you still consider that to be a Bigfoot movie by the end of it. But I think this is my second favorite I've ever seen. With that being said, I haven't seen many. But this might be my second favorite behind Willow Creek. This was really solid for what it was sometimes. Anyway, have you seen Creature from Black Lake? What did you think about it? I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments down in the comment section down below. Let me know everything you think about it. Anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all. Sorry for a sick review. I keep having to edit out coughing fits and stuff, so that's fun. Anyway, thank you all. God bless you. Goodbye.